Here's a truth that stings, one we don't always want to face. Some people in your life, maybe someone you're picturing right now, secretly thrive on chaos, pain, and tearing others down. It's harsh, I know. You could be sitting across from them at dinner, laughing over shared memories, trusting them with your deepest thoughts, only to wake up one day and realize they're the shadow darkening your doorstep. They're the source of the turmoil you've been wrestling with, the quiet architect of your stress. Today, we're diving headfirst into a topic that's as gripping as it is unsettling. How to recognize the signs of an evil person lurking in your world. And let's be real, these aren't cartoon villains twirling mustaches. They could be a co-worker flashing a dazzling smile, a friend who always knows the right thing to say, or even a family member you've known since day one. They're masters of disguise, cloaking their true nature behind layers of charm, charisma, and carefully rehearsed sincerity. But here's why this matters. This isn't just about satisfying some dark curiosity or playing detective in your social circle. This is about survival, about protecting your peace, your energy, your life. The ancient Stoics, those wise philosophers like Marcus Aurelius and Epictetus, understood something profound. Perception is your superpower. They believe that seeing the world clearly, cutting through the noise with reason and virtue, lets you live unshaken, no matter what storms blow your way. By the end of this video, you'll walk away armed with 5 crystal clear signs to spot an evil person, plus practical, battle-tested ways to shield your mental health and nurture the relationships that actually lift you up. So, here's my plea. Don't skip a single moment. We're unpacking this step by step, and trust me, you won't want to miss our special bonus at the end, a dead simple strategy for setting boundaries that stick, even with the trickiest people. If this resonates, if you're ready to take control, do me a quick, free favor. Hit that subscribe button. It keeps you plugged into this journey. Let's embark on this path of resilience, wisdom, and self-awareness together. Sign 1. Charming and charismatic at first. Let's kick things off with sign number 1. They dazzle you with charm and charisma at first. You met these people, right? They sweep into your life like a whirlwind of light. They've got that magnetic pull, the kind of energy that makes a room buzz. Maybe it's the way they lock eyes with you, making you feel like the only person who matters, or the effortless way they toss out a witty line that leaves you grinning. They're engaging, warm, and oh so likable. At first blush, you think, wow, I've hit the jackpot. This person's a keeper. But here's where the Stoics step in with a reality check. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor who doubled as a philosopher, warned us not to get swept away by shiny surfaces. He'd say, look deeper, use your reason, peel back the layers. Because with these folks, that charm, it's a baited hook. Give it time, and the cracks start showing, little splinters in their perfect facade that you might miss if you're too caught up in the glow. Picture this. You're at a party. This person's the star, cracking jokes, spinning stories, pulling everyone into their orbit. You're thrilled to be near them, basking in the vibe. But then you try to jump in, share a thought, a story of your own, and suddenly they pivot. They talk over you, redirect the spotlight. Maybe even toss a sly dig your way, cloaked as a laugh. Oh, you think that's impressive? They might say, grinning while the sting lands. At first, you brush it off. They're just outgoing, right? But it keeps happening. Every conversation becomes their stage, and you're just the audience, or worse, the punchline. That's not a personality quirk. That's a red flag flapping in the wind. The Stoics had a word for this kind of clarity, apatheia. It's not apathy, it's emotional balance, staying steady so you can see what's really going on. And here's a key test. Watch how they react when a script flips. A genuinely kind soul handles setbacks with grace. Maybe a quiet nod, or we'll figure it out. But an evil person? They unravel fast. Say no to their plans, and they might sulk, snap, or guilt trip you into bending. I've seen it play out. A coworker of mine, let's call her Sarah, was all smiles and flattery with the team. She'd charm the boss, cracked jokes in meetings, had us all eating out of her hand. But the second a project hit a snag, she'd turn, blaming others, storming off, or twisting the narrative to dodge any heat. Once, when I couldn't cover her shift, she iced me out for a week, dropping passive-aggressive jabs like, "Guess I can't count on you." That's not charm wearing thin, that's a mask slipping off. Epictetus, another Stoic heavyweight, taught us to take our time with trust. Don't judge on first impressions, observe. How do they treat the waiter when the food's late? The stranger who cuts them off at traffic? The friend who's not watching? Charm can be a tool, a weapon, even for manipulation, not a sign of goodness. So, lean on Stoic wisdom. Stay grounded. Watch their actions, not their words. If they seem too perfect too fast, that's your cue to dig deeper. Sign 2, lack of empathy. Sign number 2 hits harder. They lack empathy completely. Empathy is the glue of humanity. It's what lets us cheer a friend's promotion, cry together over a loss, or just sit quietly when someone needs it. It's feeling what others feel, even a flicker. But an evil person? They're a blank slate. Your highs, your lows, they don't register. They don't care. And that indifference cuts deep. Imagine this. You're having a rough day. Maybe your dog's sick or work's a nightmare. And you open up to someone you trust. You're raw, vulnerable, hoping for a shred of comfort. And their response? A shrug. Sucks for you. They mutter, scrolling their phone. Or worse, they laugh. Why are you so dramatic? It's like punching a wall, expecting a hug. You're left cold, exposed, wondering why you bothered. I've been there. A friend once told me about a huge win, a scholarship she'd fought for. I was pumped for her, but this other guy in our group? He smirked, said, "Oh, cool, I guess," then launched into his own tale of something better. No joy, no spark, just a void where support should have been. And it's not just the big stuff. They'll ignore your small victories too. Your new hobby, a good day, because celebrating you doesn't serve them. The Stoics saw empathy as a cornerstone of virtue. Marcus Aurelius wrote about our interconnectedness, how lifting others lifts us too. Seneca doubled down. Compassion reflects a soul in tune with justice and kindness. So when someone blanks on your feelings, it's a screaming alarm. Think of a boss who piles on deadlines, oblivious to your burnout. Just get it done. They bark, no questions, no care. Or a partner who never asks how you're holding up, even when you're crumbling. It gets darker. Lack of empathy isn't just neglect. It can turn cruel. They might lie without blinking, cheat with a grin, or lash out and feel nothing while you bleed. Everyday signs pile up too. They interrupt your story to ramble about themselves, shrug when you need a hand, or smirk when you trip. I once knew someone who'd watch co-workers squirm under pressure, never stepping in, just soaking in the chaos like it was entertainment. Seneca would say, "That's not a soul worth your time." The Stoic fix? Protect your peace. You don't have to fix their emptiness. You set limits. Distance yourself, emotionally or physically, from that drain. Your energy's too precious to pour into a pit. Sign 3. Relentless manipulation. Sign 3 is sneaky. They're relentless manipulators. Evil people don't just want influence. They hunger for control. They're puppet masters, pulling strings with guilt, flattery, or outright lies to keep you dancing their tune. Ever had a friend who needs you constantly? Just this once, they beg, bail them out, cover their mess. But when you need a favor, poof, they're gone. Or they twist reality. I never said that. They insist, even when you heard it clear as day. Suddenly, you're doubting yourself. Did I imagine it? That's gaslighting, and it's their bread and butter. The Stoics prized reason over chaos. Epictetus warned, don't let others hijack your mind. I've seen this up close. A colleague pitched my idea to the boss, got the praise, then played dumb when I confronted him. You're overreacting, he said, eyes wide with fake innocence. Next meeting, he's buddying up again, all charm like nothing happened. It's a cycle. Reel you in, flip the script, keep you off kilter. They'll mix tactics too, praise you to your face, then freeze you out if you don't play along. Picture a family member who gushes, "You're the best," until you say no to their latest scheme. Then it's silence or a guilt trip. After all I've done? It's not random, it's calculated. Stoic wisdom cuts through. Step back, see the chessboard. Don't argue their lies. Reason's your anchor. I learned this the hard way with a roommate who'd borrow cash, promising repayment, then dodge me with sob stories. Once I stopped engaging, the game fell apart. You don't owe them your strings. Cut them loose. Sign 4. Pleasure in others' pain. Sign 4 is downright chilling. They take pleasure in your pain. This isn't just ignoring your struggle. They relish it. There's a twisted glee when you stumble, a spark in their eye when you hurt. Think of someone who grins when your pitch flops at work. Told you it wouldn't fly, they say, savoring the jab. Or they stir the pot, pitting friends against each other, then watching the fallout like it's a show. I knew a guy who'd probe your weak spots. Still hung up on that ex, huh? With a smirk, digging until you flinched, then laughing it off as teasing. It's not a joke, it's fuel. The Stoics saw virtue in building others up. Seneca called cruelty a soul's rot. Evil people invert that, feeding off your lows. Maybe they spread a rumor to tank your cred, then feign shock when it lands. Or they nudge you toward bad choices. Go for it, knowing you'll crash, just to gloat. I've watched this unfold. A friend once egged me on to confront someone, hyping me up, only to sit back and snicker when it blew up. That's not coincidence, it's joy in the wreckage. Stoic resilience says, don't play their game. Spot the smirk and starve it. Your pain's not their toy. Sign 5, notes accountability. Finally, sign 5, they never own up. Evil people dodge accountability like it's lava. Mess up? Not them. Hurt you? Your fault. They'll deflect, deny, or rewrite history to stay pristine. Call them out and it's a circus. You're too sensitive, they snap, or I didn't mean it that way. A relative of mine swore she'd repay a loan. Never did. Then claimed I misunderstood the deal. Another time, a coworker botched a group project, deadlines missed, clients mad, and pinned it on us. You guys didn't step up. No apology, just blame. Marcus Aurelius preached integrity. Own your deeds, flaws and all. These folks, they'll shatter your trust and dodge the shards. They might cry victim. Why are you attacking me? Or spin excuses so wild you almost buy it. Gaslighting's their ace. That never happened. They insist, even with proof. The Stoic moves simple. Don't chase their confession, it's a mirage. Focus on you, what you can control. I stopped begging that relative for accountability. Instead, I locked my wallet and my heart. Their chaos isn't your cleanup. Bonus, boundary setting strategy. Now, your bonus, how to set boundaries that hold. The Stoics built fortresses of peace. Yours starts here. Step 1, clock the pattern. Don't wish away the signs. Step 2, shrink their access, short calls, no deep dives, keep it light and distant. Step 3, say no like a rock, calm, firm, no fluff. I'm not available. Full stop. If they push, don't jade, justify, argue, defend, explain. It's a trap. Imagine a wall. They can't scale what you don't offer. Epictetus nailed it. You control your gate, not their tantrum. I tested this with a clingy friend. Cut the long chats, stuck to busy, and watched them fade. It's not harsh, it's freedom. Your sanity's worth it.